Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Board Game Breakfast. I am Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So a couple things. Spring Spectacular is 2 weeks from today.
That's exciting.
We're going to have the whole Dice Tower crew here, including Mike Delicio and Brian Drake will be coming in. We're going to be doing top 10 lists. We're going to be announcing the Dice Tower Award nominations.
Yes.
And play a lot of games. I don't know what else the end was for there.
That's the best part. How'd you forget that?
Well, we're going to be announcing the games we'll be playing in about a week. Dice Tower East is coming up, though. Check out DicetowerEast.com. Get some tickets. Come on out. Join us for amazing time in gaming. And Dice Tower Cruise tickets are going online today. So we always let the people who come on the last cruise get first choice if they want to come back. But there are still more tickets to get. They will likely go because we sold out last year or came close to it. I don't know. Close enough. Get them. I'll do the buy it now. And then we'll make a fake number at the bottom as they're disappearing, like they do on the scene on TV.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to start answering a fake phone so it looks like I'm getting orders right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you call in the next 20 minutes of this commercial that airs every 15 minutes.
I know. I love those. I also get worried when they say, like, the first 1,000 people, and I hear the commercial for like a month.
Yeah.
Like, is nobody calling? There are limited, and there especially are limited types of rooms. Specifically on the cruise. So don't delay. Dice Tower Cruise is amazing. All right. Well, I'm not going to really delay much more because I got a lot of recording to do. So let's get started with this show.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Maple University and the Dice Tower. What do we have today, Tarrant?
We have the third in the Horriflum series.
We don't know if it's final yet, but the third one also brings extra cards with the similar mechanic with the first two of Horriflum, if you have played it.
Yeah, this is a case where each subsequent box is fully standalone but can then be mingled. Each of these comes with 10 cards and you're trying to strategically play those cards in the best places to combo with your own cards, attack the other cards and try to get as much influence as possible.
I feel like the first one is more simple, it's very elegant. If you have played that first one and then that many times, then you would probably want to try different cards and different combos.
The first one felt like it had a lot of killing sprees, lots of characters that were really efficient at eliminating others.
I was happy with that.
This one less so, so you do end up with longer queues in general, but then when you combine them together you get quite a nice
balance.
Mix.
Yeah, I remember one of the cards here where if you kill the card then that person will get something good, so it kind of stops the killing spree from happening very often.
Yeah.
So that is Horriflum. Have you played any of those? Number 1, number 2, number 3? Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Today we're talking about a game called Lifeboats. Woo! Got that out before I dropped it. All right. Lifeboats. This is one of the meanest games ever designed on the planet Earth, and I'm not kidding. Your ship is sunk. Everyone's in lifeboats. You have a bunch of sailors in these lifeboats. These lifeboats are all trying to get to land and land at different spots on the land, which will get you points. And each round of the game, you're going to vote for one lifeboat to move forward. You're going to vote for one lifeboat to spring a leak. When that leak eventually takes the spot on one of the seats in the boat, you then vote for who gets thrown overboard.
Oh my gosh. This is my nightmare. This is a real life nightmare of like my boat sinks.
It is so mean. I love it so much. But you have to go in knowing that, right? And I can live with this kind of game because it's an hour. It says 90 minutes. That might actually be true. Actually, it might be a little longer than that.
Does it depend on how negotiating people are?
It is. I don't know. I'm voting for whoever I don't like. Just straightforward. If I don't like you, I'm throwing you out of the boat.
Chris, you're out. You're dying.
I've heard you talk about this one for years, and it is the antithesis of so many things I like in games, and for some reason I'm curious about this one. I'm like morbidly curious to try it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's, like if you have 3 people in the boat, you're getting 3 votes, and I have 2 people, I have 2, and Wendy has 2. So I'm probably like, Wendy, we need to get one of his people out of the boat. You know?
Let's do it.
That makes sense.
You know what this reminds me of is you got to take a look at Zoo Vadis, the reworking of Quo
Quo Vadis, right.
That, I've not played the original Quo Vadis, but this sounds kind of similar to that, depending how many people you have in areas, how many votes you have, and you're trying to move people forward.
I'll try Quo Vadis when it comes out. We'll see.
Okay, but you didn't love the original one, is that right?
I hated Quo Vadis, actually. I mean, Zoo Vadis, I'm sorry.
Well, Quo Vadis was the original. Zoo Vadis is the new one.
Yeah, I don't know. What did I give Quo Vadis? I hate might be a strong word. Let's look. I have no rating on it, which means I didn't like it.
Wow, yeah.
It's Reiner Knizia also. Come on now.
All right.
Anyhow, it might be a great game. So, but Lifeboats, and by the way, don't get confused because there is a game called Lifeboat,
Yeah.
which is also a mean game. And now in Lifeboat, there's one character. You're each playing one character in the boat, and you want one person to be out of the boat at the end of the game, and one person to be in the boat. One person is someone you love, and one person is someone that you loathe. It can actually be the same person, which is confusing. It can be yourself. You can self-loathe and want yourself to be thrown out of the boat.
Interesting.
That one's not 20 years ago. That one is probably 15 years ago. Let me look.
Do these have party game feel at all?
That's 2002, so that is 21 years ago.
Like, does Lifeboats feel like a party game with this negotiation?
Yeah.
Okay,
It has to be. It's so there's the Tom Bass inverse meanness ratio law says the longer a mean game is, the more people are going to take it personally, which is the truth.
Yeah.
Which is why in Survivor, when someone betrays someone else, and I watch it in that 60-minute chunk, I'm like, I don't see why that person got so mad. But in real life,
it's a lot longer.
If you spend 48, even if it's the second day, you spend 48 hours with somebody, and you get kicked off, you're going to feel really betrayed. 90 minutes, that's about the max. At that point, it's all fun and games. We can laugh afterwards.
Sure, yeah. I'm interested to try this one. Maybe we'll do if you ever want to see me get upset on camera, maybe we'll play it live or something, because I am very curious about Lifeboats. And Wendy will not join us for that, I don't think.
Someone
right?
pointed out, come on the Dice Tower Cruise, next segment, Lifeboats. I see it.
Once again, my nightmare. Oh my goodness.
Although the Lifeboats, I'm curious what they would be like on the cruise ship.
I always have that thought, too.
Don't they show that like 100 people are supposed to fit in them?
Like 150.
They are not that big.
Yeah, but I think they're very compact. You sit in there, they're like, bring nothing. I'm like, what about my laptop?
Yeah, but if you're in a lifeboat for days and you're like...
You're not going to be in there for days.
Days?
You should be in there for less than an hour or
This
two.
isn't the 1920s anymore.
They're gonna drop you off, and they're immediately gonna set a distress call, and they're gonna come. We're not that far offshore.
Well, what if an EMP fires off, Thomas?
Yes. I have to navigate by the stars.
We have other problems then.
Yeah, your laptop's not working.
All right. Anyhow, that's Lifeboats.
Happy breakfast, everyone. It's not too often that I play a game and then go and buy it. In recent history, Ark Nova was one, and from a big crunchy box game to a very small card game, Llama, with the dots throughout it, that is the latest game that's done it for me. I played it at a board game cafe in Chelmsford, my local one, Counterculture Games, and really enjoyed this one. It was in the library there, which was a great way to try a game that I didn't really know too much about, but was nominated for awards. And this quick little card game where you're just trying to play either the same number or a higher number by one onto the pile in the middle, trying to get rid of your cards. The ones you don't get rid of score you points, but the twist, the matching cards, it doesn't matter. So if you have a handful of fives, you're only scoring 5 points. And in this case, points are bad, because when someone gets to 40, whoever's got the least points wins. There's some twists, like if you win a round by getting rid of your hand, you can put a token back. But that token could be a 1-point token or a 10-point token. So you kind of start pushing your luck as the game goes on. You start drawing from the deck because you can't go, and you're like, why am I drawing these bad cards? It works at different player counts, but I do think it gets better as you add players in. We played it with 5, and I've played it all the way down to 2, and I think there is a sweeter spot towards higher player counts. But really enjoyed Llama. like I say, one, I played it, already had ordered it, and it was on its way sort of thing. So, what is the latest game that's happened to you? You've played it and you've gone and bought it. Let me know in the comments section below and enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
Alright, so what's coming out for the Dice Tower this week? We have... Alright, so we're going to be playing a couple games live. Tomorrow, you're going to see the new Unmatched Adventures. And then on Thursday, Zombicide White Death. So those will be exciting. Come and watch both of those. The biggest review of the week, and I mean literally the biggest review of the week, is Aeon Trespass Odyssey, because that game is the biggest game I've ever played in my life.
Biggest single box.
Wow, bigger than Gloomhaven?
It is bigger than Gloomhaven. I think it's the same as Kingdom Death Monster.
Oof, yeah, they're comparable.
Wow.
Speaking of Kingdom Death Monster, I just saw an update under the Kingdom Death Monster thing about how the game will come out, hopefully, in the next year. 6 years. 6 years. So if you're upset about a late Kickstarter, the one Kingdom Death Monster loot box, treasure box, whatever it's called, 6 years late. Or 6 years since they announced it.
Smokes.
Anyhow, I'm also taking a look at a really cool app for Lightspeed. You'll see what that's about. We're taking a look at Beast, the new Masters of the Universe. Oh, I'm excited. I'm talking about mansplaining. You can imagine that would be a good review. At the Table's coming out today. Roy's doing a Q&A at noon. Z is playing, he just told me, Santorini today.
Hot off the heels of the announcement of the cooperative expansion.
That's true. Mm-hmm. We set it up that way. And then many other different reviews coming up this week, so check them out. If you missed our April Fool's joke, you can watch that. That went up on Saturday.
At the table, the guest is going to be Andrew
Bosley.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Andrew Bosley. So, there you go. That's what's coming out this week.
Hey, I'm Jordan. Let's do a negative review. That Old Wallpaper. Negative, maybe not. I think this game is pretty just okay, but in a world of thousands and thousands of games that come out every year, just okay usually does not cut it for me and a lot of people. So that Old Wallpaper is a card game, small kind of AEG game that is following in the footsteps of Point Salad, Truffle Shuffle, which I enjoy both of those tremendously. That Old Wallpaper has some elements in games that I've seen before, and it seems to come up short in almost every one of those mechanisms. And so the core of the game is this kind of auction sort of where you're putting all these wallpaper tiles out, and then you're going to do a blind bid on those cards. You have a hand of cards that have different numbers on them. You put your cards face down, everybody simultaneously flips them over. Now this reminds me of the second half of For Sale, where you are selling your properties back. The thing about For Sale is you know what the actual value of the cards on the table is. Like there is no kind of relative value there. You know this one is worth 100, this one or 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 15,000. You know what you're going to be getting. The relative value of these wallpaper cards is just kind of all over the place because you don't necessarily know what each player is going to be bidding on. And so it causes a lot of chaos that leads to a lot of randomness. And then the pattern building is fine. It is a lot of back and forth record keeping, trying to figure out, because you're trying to get pairs of like small greens and big greens. That would give you a pair, and then you score points on that. And so you're constantly going through the game like, okay, 3 bigs, 2 greens. Okay, I want that card. Oh, I didn't get that green card. Okay, now I need that one with the yellow. It's just so much like upkeep mentally, and then with the randomness of that kind of auction, it just doesn't. It's fine, but it's just not that great, unfortunately. So that Old Wallpaper,
Alright, we're going through the Dice Tower library, one shelf at a time. Taking a look at the games on those shelves. I'm trying to make the intro longer than last week because you guys complained it was so short. So let's take a look at today's shelf, and here it is. Okay, today we're taking a look at shelf 23C. Pillars of the Earth is here, and I have no idea why, because this isn't really the shelf for it, but it fits on. Same with Volt. Both of these boxes are nice square boxes, so I guess this is where they are for now. But we then get to theme park games. This is the theme park section of our library. We have Dice Theme Park, the sequel to Dice Hospital. The Grand Carnival, a game that Z really, really loves. Steam Park, a theme park for robots. Wishland, which is probably my favorite theme park game. Meeple Land, you're starting to see a trend here. More of an abstract style game. Unfair, which was very, very popular. And then the nicer version of Unfair, Funfair. Tenpenny Parks, which is the most recent of the games on this list. And then we have a trio here of abstract strategy games. Gemblow, this Gemblow Light just means it's smaller, which is kind of a hexagonal version of Blocus, which you see there in the bottom, and Pentago. All three of these games are worth trying out. They're all fun to play. But which is our favorite?
Maybe.
Hey.
Okay.
All right. This is a hard one, mostly because there's no game on the shelf that completely knocks my socks off. There's a lot of games I really enjoy. But I guess I'm going to go with Pillars of the Earth because I really like Pillars of the Earth.
Interesting.
It's the most theme parky of all of them.
Yeah, cathedrals.
Cathedrals were the theme parks of the 1500s.
Oh, okay.
Which is not probably, it's not.
Papa, can we please go to the church again?
Well, they were pretty impressive. They're still impressive today.
I mean, architecture for that day, yeah. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see. Mike's favorite on that shelf.
Boo, Mike. Mike says the shelf isn't very exciting. Mike, there's lots of great games on this shelf.
Yeah, I like pretty much all the theme park. I haven't played Dice Theme Park, and I haven't played Steam Park.
Wait, you like Unfair?
No.
I like a lot of the ideas of Unfair, but I found I really liked Funfair.
See, I haven't played Funfair yet.
Yeah, Unfair's too
mean. I wonder
mean.
if I would like that more.
Too randomly mean, I think, at some parts.
Funfair is Unfair better. Unfortunately, Unfair has way more expansions and stuff going on, and Funfair never got any of that.
Yeah.
One thing that I like about theme park games is they tend to be very puzzly. Like, there tends to be a lot of moving stuff around and figuring out how things fit together as best you can. And I find that to be a lot of fun. I think Meeple Land is the one that I would pick for my favorite on here.
Very torn between, I really enjoy Meeple Land a lot, but I'm going to go with Wishland. I think Wishland has a really neat little worker placement system. It is vibrant. Like, it is probably one of the most aggressively bright games that you've ever played. But you don't really remember playing it. Apparently.
I don't remember playing it, like, at all. So.
Oh, it's really
Chris
good.
claims it happened.
I think that Wishland has an expansion coming out, or it's on Kickstarter or something like that. So I'm interested to take a look at that. But yeah, I like Wishland a ton.
Have you guys played Gemblow?
No. Is that the...
That's the hexagonal Blocus.
I have played Blocus. Long time ago.
Gemblow is better than Blocus.
I remember not really liking Blocus. Like, there was nothing about it that wowed me. I was just like, okay.
Same rules, you can't have a flat edge against a flat edge, but as hexes, is that what it is?
Yes.
Of the same color.
You draw a line from one to the other. It's a weirder diagonal, but once you get in your mind, it works.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's what's the best on the shelf.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we're talking about Gasha. This is basically a game where you are going up to a vending machine and you are getting some of those little cute little keychains and toys, and you're trying to collect them. All right, so you have this kind of situation where you are drafting from this row of cards. You can draft 2 of them at a time, and you can see a probability on the back of the cards what you're going to get. If there's 2 pictures on the back of it, you have a 50-50 shot of what's behind there. If there's 3 pictures, obviously a 1/3 chance that it's going to be one of those 3 things pictured on the back of the card. Or, on your turn, what you can do is you can cash in some of your cards that you've collected for victory points. So it's a set collection game. You're trying to get as many points as possible. You have all these cute little keychains and cute little guys.
They are adorable. I really liked the aesthetic of this game. I really liked, like, the ambience of this, right? It drew you into the theme of what the game is all about because they're so cute. They're just so cute. But I really liked how the cards that you were drawing for in order to try and get the set collections had those variabilities, had those odds on them. And I just really liked that information. So you could try to sift through something. You could go after something because you knew what you were trying to go for. And I just thought that was really neat.
This reminded me a little bit of Point Salad, especially when we were first starting out, because you can either draw 2 cards or you can grab an objective. But once you're actually playing it, it felt completely different. Mechanically, it had some similar things going on, but mechanically, it actually was different enough to where I think both are very justifiable having in your collection. This is simply the game that reminded us the most of. But honestly, I like collection games. This was a cute one. I like that it was small, travel friendly, and it had, I don't know, because I've mentioned cute a lot of times. That just makes sense.
It is, because it's adorable. It's just adorable. Everybody, if you want to hear more from us, go ahead and find us on YouTube. We are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. This is Ryan and Bethany, hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast.
Bye everybody.
Guys.
Okay, we're not reviewing other stuff. We're taking a look at Board Game Geek stuff.
That's other stuff. I mean, they're not games we played.
Yeah. So, it's the Board Game Geek Store Spotlight.
Woo! We can get a lot of old Dice Tower promos, woo! Which we're not showing today. We're showing other stuff.
Yeah, so, why don't we start with Twinkle? Have you reviewed this one, Tom?
I like Twinkle.
Twinkle,
No one else at the Dice Tower likes
twinkle.
Twinkle, but I like it. It's about rolling dice and making connections. I know you've not played it. I
have not, no.
Mike hates it. Roy hates it. I like it. So,
Okay.
Can I see it?
1 to 2.
There are, so the same company, V Games, also sells Tranglar over there on the BG.
I don't think
store.
Mike and Roy have played this one, so I'm still by myself on this one. I really like this. What's the last one we had? Twinkle. But you can also get Trangler, but you should get Twinkle.
Yeah, let's start with T's. Does this one start with a T?
We got this one here, Three Kingdom Redux.
It does start with a T.
Tom, I'm going to say something here. This is a big, dense, heavy game.
The guys are playing this in our game group have been playing it for several months straight.
You know, and it's neat that it's neat in some way that they get on a game and really want to keep playing that game. In some ways, I'm a little jealous of that.
In some ways, I'm a little amused by it, though, because there are 4 guys who play these heavy games. And this is a 3-player only game. So the last guy who gets there is forced to play with us.
I was looking at the price on this one on the BGG store. $70.
Show the side. See how thin it is? That's not the side. That's the
side.
back.
So it's dense. Everything in here is just cardboard. I will
many
say
pounds is
That's true. That's true.
This is-
I can't hold it any longer.
$70 sounds like a lot, but like when you compare it to how niche of a product this is, like a Splotter game, it's way more affordable. So, all right. What are this other stuff you want to look at first, Thomas?
I want to wear these earrings in my non-pierced ears.
Ooh.
I think you can just stick them in, right?
Yeah, that's how earrings work. These are the stud
those are
D20 earrings.
They're so little.
They're really little.
Like they're as small as a normal.
I like
small
little
stud you would
earrings,
get.
actually. I'm a fan of the small earrings.
Yeah. You wear them?
I think there is a corollary between your age and the size of your earrings, though. Like, the older you get, the bigger the earrings become. Am I wrong on this?
I think
feel like
you're
this
wrong.
is true.
I like big earrings. I just
I'm
don't
not
wear them
talking
very
about whatever
often.
you got in your ears.
No, I've
earrings
got some
just grow over
fun
time.
big ugly earrings that are like cool craziness.
I'm just saying, I notice the old women often wear really honkingly huge earrings.
I think that people are okay becoming more eccentric with
age.
age.
So look,
That's accurate.
it's not even just earrings, it's like necklaces too. Like when you see young people wear a necklace, they wear like a thin gold chain with some, but after a while it becomes a string of pearls or fake pearls and jade and all kinds of stuff. I'm not crazy here. Jewelry gets bigger as you get older.
I
It's
think
true.
some of it's
Look at the
generational,
brooches people
though.
wear. You're right, it might be generational.
I think brooches is not a thing that like our generations wear at all.
You don't know because you're not old yet. Wait till you're old. We'll
My
suck.
mom has worn brooches almost my entire life.
Your mom is old.
She wasn't old my entire life.
All right. These are not earrings.
These are rune stones for Tainted Grail, war runes for Tainted Grail. And so it's interesting. They come with 3 little runes in there and a little explanation card. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, most of that, what's Awakened Realms kind of looks like most of the promos. A lot of dense text on a card, and then, do you know what those war runes would be for, Tom? You've played Tainted Grail, I haven't.
No, I have no idea what they're for.
Okay. They make you invincible, so you should buy them.
They glow, and no, they don't glow.
Someone says that as we get older, we stop caring what other people think about what we wear. That is
I
also
think
true.
that's super true. Yeah.
That's why the worse your suit looks as you get older, too. Brown suits, still in style. Plaid suits, are coming back, actually.
They're coming back. I had a
This
great
is an upgrade set for...
Targi.
Yes!
This
Targi.
is
The expansion, actually.
Interesting.
this is the base game one here.
Is it? Isn't
Yeah.
that the salt? I thought salt was in the...
There's the
No.
3 regular spices,
Salt's
and
in
this
the
one comes
regular.
with the gold coins and the victory point pieces.
Okay,
Got it.
the
This
acrylic.
is one of my favorite geek bits. I know for most people it's quacks, right? I know the quacks equivalent where geek bits is like
That's so
its own
nice.
league. That probably
Yeah.
keeps Board Game Geek afloat. That alone. Like I really like this. I really like the Targi upgrade bits, the gold coins, and then the those square tiles for the resources. Chef's kiss.
So side note here. Nice earrings with these little D20s.
Why, thank you.
And those are mine. For my kids. Or meeples make nice earrings.
Yeah.
But why is that it? Like, why are Scrabble tiles not earrings? I mean, there's like a gazillion pieces that could be earrings. I'm urging you
Yeah.
to branch out because I really do get tired. I want to buy my kids. I see like a jewelry store at Gen Con, and I'm like, oh, and I'll go in and it's just 80 different colors of meeples or dice. That's all there is.
I want little golems from the golem game.
Yeah, there's all kinds of little cool pieces. I think like little meeples with the printing on them. What's it called?
it's
Screen
screen
printing.
printed.
Screen printed meeples. That would look
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool as earrings.
Some
Item
of those
meeples?
coins,
Huh?
like some of those coins look really cool from certain games.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That would
Like small coins, not the giant ones.
unless you're
Big
old.
honkin'.
Unless you're old.
In
and you can wear
20
giant
years.
coins.
Yeah.
20
Let's see.
years, I'll
Grandfather
wear a-
clocks that would make good earrings.
No, Tom is not ever going to pierce his ears. No, I'm happy. I don't wear jewelry. In fact, I'm not even wearing a wedding ring. I am married though.
Right. What was the other thing that I would love to
Happily
see?
married.
You know what would actually be great too would be the Monopoly pieces. Like the movers in Monopoly are by and
Oh.
far the best component in that entire
Like the
game.
little dogs.
Those
and
would be
the
good. You're
iron.
right. Those would be great
The little iron
earrings.
things.
yeah, the thimble, the cannon, all those little things.
Wingspan egg earrings. Yes.
There you
Ooh,
go.
very
All right,
Eastery.
we're putting the call out. Next convention you go to, look at the
Twilight
vendor
Imperium
area.
spaceship. Yes. War Sun earrings. No one's going to touch you. They'll be like, if I touch you, I'll get bruised.
Oh, cardboard coins? No, those would not make good earrings because they're cardboard.
Oof.
Is there more segments, Roy? Is this it?
Yeah, segment.
More segments. Let's get to them.
Hey everyone, today on the plastic canvas we're turning the cleric beast from Bloodborne from this into this in just 2 minutes. Hey everyone, Matt here from the Plastic Canvas and welcome to today's episode of 2 Minute Mini, and today we're painting the cleric beast from Bloodborne. So the main thing I want to talk about in this video is the way that I paint highly textured minis like this. So ones that have lots of fur or hair or something like that. Just details that are going to take a really long time to highlight or shade if you have to pick out every single bit of hair or fur or whatever it is that's on that particular mini. So the basic idea behind how I'm painting the cleric beast is to lay down washes over a zenithal undercoat. I created the zenithal undercoat by dry brushing on lighter and lighter greys over a black prime so that it looks as though the mini is being hit by light directly from above. And then over the top of this I paint on different coloured washes. And because the washes are so thin, they more tint the undercoat rather than covering it up like acrylic paints do, and so all the different tones of the undercoat still come through. So anywhere that the wash goes over an area where the black prime is still showing through will look as though it's in shadow, and then the opposite for anywhere it goes over white. What this means is that you then get to completely skip the highlighting and shading step because it's all done for you. Now the slap chop method normally seems to be done with contrast paints rather than washes, but I think washes work really well for a dark theme like Bloodborne because it leaves it with a really dark and gritty look that I think works really well. And so that's how I paint minis like this that have lots of texture to them. If you've had a go at painting in this style, I'd love to hear in the comments below whether you enjoy it or not, or if you prefer to take the time to individually pick out each bit of detail. And if you'd like to see the full version of this video, where I go into all of this in more detail, then just head over to my channel, The Plastic Canvas, and I hope you enjoy your breakfast.
Hello, this is Oliver, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite campaign game right now that is in the form of my favorite franchise. And that game is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. what I like about this game is that it's a super easy deck building game, and I think at this point in my board gaming career, this is definitely my favorite deck building game. Like, there's ones that are a lot harder, but I like it just by default because it's easier. And another thing I like is the theme. I've been reading Harry Potter for a long time, maybe too long now. And yeah, I just love the Harry Potter theme. I love how they've implemented it into a board game. And obviously that also leads to me liking how I can play as these characters I've been reading about, and how I can, read the spells like Alohomora and like all these different spells that I've been reading about I can actually do in game, which is super awesome. Another thing I like is another thing I dislike, or one thing I dislike, is that there's the characters show up in like the next scenario. Like they all show up in sets. But I just wish there was just one like new set every scenario, so there's different villains and I kind of had to learn how to fight the new villains. I think that would be a cool addition, maybe in an expansion. I don't know, but this game is super cool. I love it. And alright guys, have a great breakfast. Bye.
That's it, folks. That's another episode of Board Game Breakfast. Thanks so much for watching. In 29 minutes, Z will be challenging Santorini. At noon, Roy will be back with Q&A, and at 3 o'clock, they will be at the table with me, Eric, and Andrew Bosley. Lots of live stuff coming your way.
It's a full day.
It is a full day. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
Big jewelry.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production.
And I'm Chris Yee. Nailed it.